Alright, everyone, welcome back to the Fruit of Grisaia. I know it's been a while, the usual shit, didn't have time, blah 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 blah. Life is a bitch. Had time today. Had time earlier. Dogs wouldn't stop barking, couldn't record. You know how it is. Before we get on with this, I also want to mention that Bakemonogatari will be on a hiatus for a while. I know it's already technically on hiatus, like every time in between sessions when I'm recording, but this time it's because I am not gonna get my hard drive back until like after Christmas, and that's gonna be a whole bullshit thing to deal with. But right now we're playing this. This music is loud in my ears, so I feel like I'm yelling. Hope I don't wake anyone up. No one's home right now, but my neighbors are complaining. I'm not gonna hear them anyways. So last time where we left off, we had just arrived here at I don't remember the name of the school, but we had just arrived at the school. We have our boy Kazami Yuji, occupation student, cool ass motherfucker. You know how it is. We had met a couple characters, and yeah, it's gonna be our first day of school continuing on, if I remember correctly. So let's just continue. This is where we left off. And actually, well, I'm gonna continue this right now. Okay, so we're gonna start here. Mihama Academy. Okay, that's the name of the school. Sounds like we're running. Okay, so this is what I'm gonna do. Just in case save data gets corrupted or something of the sort, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a second save here. So, back and forth, and what kind of shit? So we're going to be saving here. Alright. This thing's for me. Guys are doing everything on the fly here anyways, but hopefully everything's recording properly. It looks fine, but I have no idea what it's going to be like because I haven't turned on this shit in a while. Alright, at my usual time, 4:45 a.m., I woke up in my usual way and ran the course I'd marked down mentally on my way here. To tell the truth, when I was stopped by the policeman yesterday, it was because I'd been wandering back and forth in the same place while planning out a possible marathon route. I'm gonna say route. Okay. I woke at the usual time, ran at the usual time, and now I'm eating my usual breakfast menu. Also, before I continue again, I don't know if it's because I'm doing a lot of shit and recording that this text is loading slow, or is the text speed? Because if in this, I don't think text display speed seems, I don't know. Because I don't know if it's because of the recording or not. Also, what? Let's see how it looks. Looks the fucking same. Oh well. No different from the days when I was living together with my master in the mountains. Master? What the fuck? My standard tempo of living. If there is a difference, it's limited to the slight surprise I felt when I opened my eyes and found a roof over my head. Not bad. Sounds like you got it rough. During my hike from Yamanashi, I'd gotten used to sleeping in the open. So when I woke up inside a room, there was a slight feeling of unease as I thought, right, I'm living in a dorm now. Excuse me. Man, I was already not used to reading a lot, and I'm going to have to do it loud now, so my throat is going to be fucked. And just like last time, I did not get water. This is going to be fun. That mild discomfort, I'm hearing munching on this cereal right now. That mild discomfort hasn't disappeared even now as I'm eating my corn cereal. It's hard to settle down inside a new layer until it's ingrained with your scent. Yeah, that's true. Even so, I'll start living at this tempo every day from now on, going to school every morning, so there's no real need to rush things. If I actively spend every day packing myself with potentially useful knowledge, someday this sort of lifestyle might come naturally to me. The effort strikes me as a little troublesome, but as my master once told me, when it comes to your life and your women, a little bit of trouble is just about right. They ain't wrong. Speaking of women, they're a simple bunch, but that doesn't make them any less difficult to handle. There's also a true statement. I learned that much in my first year living with my master. In my master's words, when you're a brat, running fast is enough to make you popular. When you're a middle schooler, the guys who can fight will be popular. And after that, it's the guys with brains who get the girls. There's some truth to that, but I guess it depends more than anything. It depends on the school. It depends where the school is located. It depends on the people there. As a generalization, that's not too bad. In other words, run, punch, and read books, and you'll never run dry. What do you think? Short and sweet, right? That was her theory, at least. Okay, so his master's a her, a she. I mean, it's 2019, you know, it's whatever. The things she said were always ridiculously simplistic. Honestly, I ignored those words with a snort for the first time I heard them. But my master was a woman who put her beliefs into practice. Every morning she made me run, and every day she hit me with a stack of books. Okay, damn. Although I don't know if she's to blame, I still run 16 kilometers every morning and habitually read books whenever I have free time. Sometimes she was harsh, sometimes she was sweet. She would emit an abrasive, overpowering aura at times, but every once in a while she could be so gentle that I thought my brain would melt out my ears. Also, I feel my voice is cracking, and I think it's because I'm not used to like reading aloud. Because I am not the voice cracking type of guy normally. I don't know, my throat's just been fucked. I don't know. That was my master, a woman with a sizable build who was nonetheless very picky about the little things. I've had a hard time dealing with large women ever since those days, but being aware of that fact doesn't mean I can fix it. It's not that I dislike them on a conscious level, but whenever I see a tall woman, I can't help but feel wary out of pure instinct. I know what you mean. I kind of have a similar feeling, but it's just more so the fact that women that are usually on the taller side and the bigger side tend to have a more, I guess, abrasive personality would be the right way to describe it. It's weird. Of course, you can say it about like the really short ones too, but you know, when they're like they're looking at you at eye level or looking down on you, even, you know, there's some tall ass women out there. It's like, I don't know what you have up your sleeve, but there's a lot more shit you can do than that other like 5'1" chick over there. You know, you're looking at me, you're like 6'2". I'm like 5'10". I mean, well, what? If you ask why I'm bringing this up all of a sudden, well, that would be because I've just been reminded that there's a large woman at this school as well. Uh, well, that's what this is all about. Oh. So, yeah. She's brushing her hair, it looks like. Okay. I can help with spacebar if I remember correctly. Yeah. Spacebar. Since this place is a student dormitory, it's of course only natural that a community of students would already be living here. It's entirely probable that they have their own rules that I don't know about yet. Also, I'm a country hick fresh from the rural areas of Yamanashi, so it goes without saying that I'm poorly versed in the customs and rituals of this land. I mean, I think you'll be fine. I have no way of penetrating the depths of significance that might be hiding in action that, at a glance, looks to be a simple case of bullying. Okay, maybe not. Maybe you won't be fine because I think she's just brushing her hair. And what? Okay, it's bullying, I guess. Brushing hair. Alright. What game's this? What are the rules? The puzzle faces staring back at me are familiar. Oh yeah, weren't they the two girls? Or one was chasing one with a cicada or some shit. Is the little girl big woman combo I arbitrarily named the Cicada Sisters when I first arrived at the school yesterday. Who do you think? I mean, that's bullshit, but I get that you're trying to tease me or whatever. That's so. I suppose that means I'm irredeemably stupid. Please call me moron boy as if we've been friends for 10 years, Cicada sisters. I saw a pair of you from the gate yesterday. One of you was swinging a cicada around and the other was shrieking, if I remember correctly. I'll try. I mean, I don't think I will, but... I'll see what I can do. I mean, I'm wearing the uniform, I'm assuming, so what do you think? Yeah, Kazami Yuji. Occupation student. Good to meet you. I thrust out my right hand, but the tall woman in front of me doesn't show any sign of grasping it. She's stiffened on the spot, staring fixedly at my face. It looks as though she's even forgotten how to breathe. Or to breathe, whatever. Something wrong? The big woman's frozen expression suddenly melts and she lightly shakes my hand. It's an unexpectedly small but decidedly cold hand. Alright, so it's... I'm gonna fuck up my mic there. It's Suo Amane. Alright, I think I can remember that. Who might you be, girl B? She's... Wasn't she screaming in English too? When she was chasing her around? Or am I remembering incorrectly? I actually don't remember. Okay. Machina, I think I can remember that. Iris Machina? Iris or Iris is a Greek god. And this is Machina, a Latin word? I literally translated it would be something like Mecha Rainbow Goddess. I mean, wouldn't be a bad name to have. What country are you from? Yeah, I wouldn't guess otherwise. Wasn't she speaking English just now? Ah, so she's that character. Alright. Still kind of odd logic, but alright, I get what she's supposed to be. I see. Well, good to meet you. Staring at my outstretched hand in silence, Machina clings to Amane's back as if trying to hide herself. What's wrong? Alright. Guess I'll just step back. Maybe put a quarantine bag over my head, you know, it's whatever. I mean... I'm not gonna comment. I was gonna say something and I lost my train of thought, so... I withdraw my hand that I'd been holding out toward Machina. There's no need to force her to deal with me in the first place, I guess. Excuse me. Is don't get any snacks supposed to be an effective threat in this day and age? Or so I thought. But hearing those words, Machina bites her lip tightly and extends her right hand toward me with a strange expression. Oh yeah, she's not letting go of those snacks, let me tell you. I gently clasp her small hand and put on the natural-looking fake smile I learned from my master. I'm Kazumi Yuji. Occupation student. Glad to meet. Glad to meet you. Glad to meet you. Yes, I'm glad to meet you.
イリス・マキノです。よろしく。
Her voice is small and marked by a distinct lisp. Her hand is as tiny as her body and is hot like that of a child.
ねえ、怖くないでしょ。挨拶だけじゃなくて、他に何かお話ししたいことは？好きな動物は何ですか？
I like dogs. Well, my favorite animal is actually the wolf, but you know, can't exactly have those as a pet. Dogs are cool too. I like dogs. What about it? Hey, at least me and Yuji are we're on the same page here.
へえ、答えてから質問するのね。
I'm not really the indecisive sort. I don't hesitate when I need to come up with an answer, even more so when I have an important decision to make. Compared to failing without even trying, I'd rather take action, even at the risk of a mistake.
おお、かっこいい。
Are you mocking me?
まさか。
Oh, perish the thought. Yeah, I'll give you a thought to perish. What? And why'd you laugh?
なんでだろうね。
I've heard answering a question with another question is a sign of stupidity.
あらそう。じゃあきっと私はバカなのね。これからは10年来の友達のようにバカねと呼んでちょうだい。
Got it, moron girl.
今はまだ笑ってるけど、次呼んだら怒るよ。
Oh, so she's mad now, huh? Alright, you can pull that shit, but I can't. What a troublesome woman.
あれ、もう行っちゃうの？
I don't feel like being late on my first day.
授業が始まるまでまだ1時間はあるわよ。
I'm used to waiting. I'll kill time sightseeing over there or something. Just a schedule that's like over there, just like point to like some random tree outside, like, oh, it's over there. Yeah.
それが悪いとは言わないけど、変わってるね。
I get that a lot. Well, I'll see you in class.
あ、ユージくん、ちょっと待って。
What do you want? What?
私からも一つ質問していいかな？
If it's something I can answer.
その。
Hmm? Question marks?
ごめん、やっぱいいや。
If you've got something to say, spit it out. No need to hold back.
また後で聞くわ。もう少し考えをまとめてから。
Okay, there's some weird statements being thrown out here. I see. Alright then. I don't understand the thought patterns of large women. Me neither, man. It is what it is. My master would probably say, if you don't understand by now, you never will. But my own thoughts are more along the lines of, even if I could understand, why bother? You know. Life is full of shit. Well then. Having said that to Amine, I am confronted with the fact that there are no sights particularly worth seeing here. And my dogs are barking again, and that's fantastic. Some of them bark themselves out for a while. Okay. There's easily an hour until the start of class. I've obviously woken up too early. Well, still better than being late, I guess. Seriously. I'm always like 3/4 of the way through a line and they're just gonna start barking. Well, that's fantastic. I should lean back, hurrying my neck, and leaning forward like a dumbass, and like looking up. Might as well wait in the classroom. Right after I mumble those words, just as I begin walking down the hallway. I feel like you and my dogs are like, what? What the? As I'm making my way toward the classroom the principal had described yesterday, I hear something resembling a scream. No, not a scream exactly. These noises, I don't know what to make of them. And neither do my dogs, again. Like, are they listening to all this shit? Like, I have headphones on. They shouldn't be able to hear it. Hold on. Okay, some dogs are probably passing outside or some shit. I don't know. The hell? Although it doesn't seem to be an emergency situation, I'm certainly a bit concerned by this sound. It's dramatically out of place in the otherwise quiet morning schoolhouse. Oh, god damn it. For the time being, I decide to approach. Okay, she's doing, I don't know what she's doing. I appear inside through the hallway window. I find a single woman shouting in the direction of the blackboard. She's like rehearsing something? Like, what's going on? Judging from the fact that she's wearing a uniform, it would seem that she's a student here like Sachi, Amane, and Makina. Oh, for a second I was like, wait, who's Sachi? It's the maid chick. Apparently oblivious to my presence, she continues her routine. After deeply inhaling, I think I know what she's doing. But she said she's warming up exercise because these are the whatchamacallits of the who's it. It's you know, whatever. I don't even know what I was trying to say. I'm stuck on this thought and I'm not getting other words out. I don't know what to do. I'm like bobbing my head like a fucking lizard. I'll just continue. All in one breath, she firmly lets loose a string of syllables familiar as a vocal tuning exercise. Yeah, there we go. It's the easiest way to put it. Alright then. Okay, she's practicing lines. She thinks. Alright. You know, when you're rehearsing something, it's I don't know much about acting and this and that, but I would think to have some frame of reference or someone there to listen in on. So it's not just that was good. I think like was that good, and they tell you maybe you can do this or that. Whatever the fuck. Okay. She's reading out stock tsundere lines. That's fantastic. While staring at the memo pad in her hand, she awkwardly but forcefully rattles off phrases one after the other. It seems like it'd be best to ask her what she's doing. Also, if I sound like I have a list myself, I have this word bump on my tongue and it feels super bizarre to speak. It's like, This is a broadcasting club? It's like barge in and ask a fucking question. Like, who the fuck is this guy? In response to my question, or more likely my entrance, the woman leaps up in shock and draws back a good 3 meters. Desks and chairs clatter dramatically in her wake. Now, I might have been hasty to assume that from the vocal exercises. The drama club seems plausible as well. They seem to be saying some kinds of lines. Just as I'm getting ready to rephrase my question, the woman preempts me with her own. Me? Kazami Yuji, occupation student. I'll be transferring here as of today. Yeah. Student is my occupation and I'm transferring. What do you think this is? Yeah. Nodding, I walk a few steps forward and stand in front of the woman. So were you doing some sort of rehearsal after all? Sorry if I interrupted.
すよす。だから何の遠慮もしなくていいの。いや、遠慮しなさい。
Are you nuts? Like what? Which is it?
いいからそこに座りなさいよ。
I don't quite follow, but if I start asking questions, she'll probably get even noisier, so I choose the path of least resistance. Hey man, sometimes that's what you gotta do. You just gotta sit down and be like, fuck it, say what you're gonna say. I'm not even gonna try and make sense of it.
慌てない。転校生なんだから、ファーストコンタクトがとても大事よ。頑張りなさい、ミチル。
Can you though? After I flop down on the chair, the woman mutters to herself in a low but perfectly audible voice.
私は松島ミチル。よろしくね。
In contrast, she delivers her self-introduction with an artificial brightness. That's so. Initials MM, huh?
そうよ。だからってド M ってわけじゃないんだからね。
I never even suggested that. But it lets me know, what's on your head at least. Nobody said anything remotely like that.
あ、ごめんなさい。じゃない。そう聞きそうに見えたのよ。
No, it was not. I was making an observation, woman. Calm down. Do you want to be called a masochist that badly?
したくないわよ。なんでそうなるの？
Jesus Christ, what is up with your face? Quite an energetic woman. She drops the subject and forges boldly on ahead.
そう。私はこのクラスで委員長的なことをしているわ。だから何か困ったことがあったら、私に相談してもいいのよ。
Do some representative sort of stuff. Wasn't I can't speak. The maid chick, the representative of the class. That's also another thing. This class only has what was it, 6 students total? Some weird shit like that. What does that sort of mean?
それは委員長は他にいるからよ。その辺融通は聞かせなさいよ。
Yeah, see? Fair enough.
妙に物分かりがいいわね。まあいいわ。それと。
The woman's voice suddenly grows quieter.
前もって聞いておくけど、あなたは冗談が通じる方？
Fucking terrible with them. Throw that shit at me. I'm not gonna laugh. I'm just like internalize it and like breathe it out my nose or some shit. I wouldn't call myself an enthusiast. See? Probably does the same shit. He's like, what?
聞いておいてよかった。
She clears her throat effectively.
じゃああなたは私のことを特別に名前で呼んでいいことにするわ。本当なら様付けで呼ばなきゃいけないんだけど、許してあげる。
Thanks for that. How about no? Dot.
なんかまずいこと言っちゃったかな。テンプルではこれでいいはずなんだけど、やっぱり様付けとか言わない方が良かったのかも。もうその辺の、今のもう一回やり直。
You want me to call you Michiru, yes? Michiru. Saying that casually in the sentence, I'm not going to be able to get it right. I'm going to make a mistake. I'm going to be able to remember. Oh, damn it, dogs. I'm going to be able to remember the I'm going to be able to remember the name. I'm probably gonna mispronounce it a few times though. You want me to call you Michiru, yes?
そうよ。それでいいの、それで。
She hums to herself and nods emphatically, apparently satisfied with the result. What is that noise? You know my dogs are going off in the background. Some other dog in the neighborhood is going off. I'm not even gonna bother editing that shit out because I have no idea what. Fucking hell. Next, she takes a colorful wafer of some sort out of a small container and crunches down on it vigorously. What are you eating?
あ、あげないわよ。
I didn't ask for any. I asked what it was. Jesus Christ. I wasn't asking. I was just wondering what those were.
ただのラムネ菓子よ。それがどうかしたの？
Okay, I know what ramen is. It's where they call it a wafer, but it's whatever. That's so. From the way you were showing them off, I was pretty sure you wanted me to ask.
うるさいわね。あんたに見せるためにやったんじゃないわよ。あ、なんか今のうまくいった。多分今のそうよね。結構良かったよね。案外私素質あるのかも。
Is she feeding me lines? Like, what is she doing? I got a strange sense of deja vu from her phrasing just now. What was it? One of those long advertisements they put up inside trains? Since I don't ride them often, the few that I've seen stand out in my memory. Right, they reprinted this idiotic article from a women's magazine about how to make men fall for you. Purposely treat them coldly at first in order to create a contrast for your affection when you make your move. Huh. Don't just stare at me while I'm having an internal monologue with myself. What is wrong with you? Have some courtesy, look away, have your own way. I don't know.
こういう時はなんだっけ。私の美しさにぼーっとなっちゃう気持ちも。で、それってなんか違うキャラよね。そうじゃなくて、その。
What are you doing, girl? So we're supposed to be a tsundere.
違うわよ。違う。そうなんだけどって。嘘。いきなり言っちゃうわけそれ。
Because you're acting strangely and I'm making observations here, you know, trying to make sense of this whole situation. Situation in question being you. Michiru covers her mouth with her left hand and staggers back in apparent shock. Her reaction is a bit puzzling, but I think I probably hit the bullseye. I see. I think I understand. You're playing a tsundere in an attempt to attract male attention, yes? I look like rocking her world here. Like she's like freaked out like 3 times this whole encounter. But there's still some points I'm not clear on, like that hair. Why are you bleaching it? Based on her reaction, I'm guessing it's not natural. Please, a genuine blonde has a more natural tone. That artificial looking gold color, I've known. Not that artificial looking gold color. I've known a few. Okay, so you just flat out admit it. Again with the fucking face. Yeah, you admitted it. That's so. Next time I happen to visit America, remind me to pick you up some better hair dye. So as I was saying, why bleach it? And the hairstyle is a little odd too. It's not one I see that often. What does that even mean? The way it has to be. Oh, fuck it. Yeah, she's crazy. Michiru begins to mumble her words under her breath as if to enumerate the curse's power. Then why do it? Just fucking. Yeah. I never understood people. I mean, dyeing your hair is like. What reason is there? I mean, like, yeah, you want it to look different, so the fuck what? Why dye it? It's like, it makes no sense. It's temporary for one. I can understand if you're like an actor. You know, you gotta dye it for a role, it's fine. It'll come off. People dye it just for fun. It's like, you want to look like, I don't know, like some cartoon character? I don't know. It's always been bizarre to me. It's like, I have all these questions about it. And I never say any of them. Because then I'm probably gonna get punched in the face if I start questioning someone with blue hair. Whatever. That she has to describe the tsundere curse in the first person seems a bit strange, but pointing that out would prolong this, so I leave it be.
でも金髪でツインテールでそうじゃないと本当のツンデレとは認めてもらえない
I hate to break it to you, but that ain't true. Trust me.
だけど私いや私を出すにはこれしかないのだからそれは否定しちゃいけないのよ
Alright, calm down. Michiru jabs out an index finger in my direction and...
ツンデレは金髪ツインテールなの勝ったいやわかれ
Alright, you really need to calm down, woman. As she runs out of breath in grand style, the curtain finally drops on Michiru's one-woman show. The echoing of her ragged breathing is the only sound in the otherwise silent classroom. Exactly 30 seconds pass.
なんで無言なのよ
It's tough being a tsundere. Got it. We're not having any of her bullshit right now. I'm not sure if that wasn't what she was looking for or if she's just lost the will to go on. But Michiru glares at me while emitting a sound reminiscent of a malfunctioning industrial machine. Anyway, let's get along, Michiru.
よろしくないわよあんた一人でよろしくすればいいじゃない
Okay. Yeah, it goes without saying, I plan to get along just fine on my own.
そこはセオリー通りにちゃんと戸惑ってよバカ
It really isn't easy being a tsundere, is it?
もういい帰れ
Finally breaking down, Michiru begins flinging waste paper, permanent markers, and anything else lying around in my direction in an attempt to drive me off. Are you crying? Sorry, my bad.
泣いてないバカ
Okay. My attempt at an apology seems to have only fueled her anger, so in the end I decide a temporary withdrawal is in fact called for. Class is starting in another 15 minutes, but it should be fine. I'll just kill some time somewhere.
おはようおはようございます
5 minutes before the start of class, practically the moment after I re-enter the classroom, Amine and Sachi arrive. The tsundere from earlier is looking at me with naked aggression, but noticing the arrival of the others,
おはようあまねサチ
resuming the performance in question, she promptly calls out to them.
おはようございますみちる様
Jesus Christ, what are you freaking out about now? The instant her greeting is returned, Michiru runs over noisily and shakes her hands in front of Sachi.
どうかしたんですかサチあんたそれやめてって言ったでしょみちる様ってのでもこれはみちる様が絶対にそう呼べって言ったからだからあれはその冗談で一度物理フォーマットしてもう一回入れ直せないね
Michiru, while glancing over in my direction for some reason, desperately entreats Sachi. Amine, leaning on the desk, seems to be occupied trying to hold in her laughter. Okay, so that's what that was. I was like, why did her head just pop up there?
そんな絶対って言ったから私
See what she did? This is your fault. You should feel bad.
泣かないでとりあえず今だけこれ命令はい泣きません
God damn it. Just flip the fucking switch just like that. The instant Michiru speaks, Sachi's tears abruptly vanish as someone threw a switch. Michiru watches her cautiously, sweating heavily.
わかったわよ特に何も規制とかしないから好きに呼べばいいじゃない
Michiru, just let it happen. You already dug a hole. Just leave it be. Lamine is losing her shit over there. Michiru staggers her way back to her seat. What the fuck? Jesus Christ, these faces. With all the vitality of a limp rag. You feeling alright, Michiru-sama? Fucking try me then. Cause I'm a badass, come on. Sorry, just wanted to give it a try. Michiru collapses weakly on her desk. Makina's lisping voice sounds from the rear of the classroom. Seems like she might not be used to my presence yet, judging from the way she beelines straight for Aomine, hides herself behind her, and steals glimpses at me. Thanks, I guess? Appreciate it, Michiru. Again with the stock lines, okay. So let me get this straight. She's just purposefully acting like a tsundere. That's what she's doing. She's just fucking around. Like what? All right. You have to go to work. Apart from the large woman, this bunch seems to present quite a variety of communication difficulties. Nothing but fantastically normal students here, eh, Principal? As if in response to my sarcasm, with the chiming of the... What? This sentence hurt my brain for a second. As if in response to my sarcasm, with the chiming of the opening bell. Okay? A perfectly normal principal appears before my eyes. Wait a second. There's only 4. As we've arrived at the beginning of the school day, I noticed a difference from the information I'd heard yesterday. Yeah, there should be one more girl, right? Standing at the podium, the principal notices the irregularity at a glance. Her tone seems to be asking if anyone's familiar with the circumstances. Apparently, I'm not the only one with questions about our lone truant. I mean, it's a big school, there's little of us. We'll see each other eventually, I'm sure. You're strangely tolerant. From an open window, the scent of the tide flows into the room. Alright, this is actually by the sea, isn't it? The school. Perhaps because of the walls and the steel fences surrounding us on all sides, it's not always easy to remember that this place is in fact close to the school. Yeah, the school is close to the school. It's close to the sea. In contrast to the breeze and the blue sky's intimations of freedom, the gray of those jutting fences speaks of denial and rejection. While my classmates raise their voices energetically, I pass the time staring into that sky. School life, huh? Cool. Let's learn some shit. Let's learn some Russian. Actually, I don't think I know any Russian. Fuck. I used to know a little bit of Russian. I was gonna say Zdravo, but that's It's a Serbian or a Croatian, if I'm not mistaken. Shit. Am I fucking idiot? I can't remember. How do you say hello in Russian again? Wow. It's been a while. Anyways. It looks that way. I can tell from a glance that this place is well equipped. Using the time after the homeroom period, I'm getting a small introduction to the school's facility from Sachi. Normally this would be the principal's job, but she seems to be occupied with official duties, so I ended up getting another tour from our class rep. Okay. Look, if I got a Blu-ray player, I want some Blu-ray discs. Some Blu-ray discs, man. You know? You gotta get that uncompressed quality shit going on, right? Which would make checking a movie out impossible, I guess. Sachi smiles a bit wryly as she speaks. Most of this stuff is probably in the pamphlet somewhere, but Sachi's explanations are comparatively to the point, clear, and easy to understand. It seems she's actually quite intelligent. Oh man, it's funny. When I was a kid, I used to watch TV like all the fucking time, day and night. It was so weird. Like I've always just watched TV for long periods of time, no matter where I was. I was at home and watched TV all day. I was at my grandma's and watched TV all day. And then that started up to like I got to like high school. I just stopped watching TV. Funny enough, when I entered high school, is when I started getting more into computers. And I stopped watching TV, mainly because they stopped showing all the good shit. And now I don't watch TV at all. It's like I can't remember the last time I actually watched TV. I think the last time I watched TV was, I can't remember. It's weird. It's so weird. We still have cable at the house, so it's like, And then everything just YouTube. It's just YouTube 24/7. It's like, I was gonna make a point. It's somewhere during that little tangent, and for the life of me, I can't remember what I was gonna say. Man, my mind is off somewhere else there. Looks like they weren't that sloppy in the casting after all. The school drama currently being broadcast? I see what he's saying. But she doesn't. Having completed a general review of the school's facilities, Sachi's explanation comes to an end. Thanks, it was a big help. I guess so. Yeah, there's still a classmate I haven't met yet after all. Oh, so he's waiting around for the other girl. Why'd you say it like that? What was that supposed to mean? Hearing my response, Sachi's brisk, Jesus Christ, brisk tone gives way to a hesitant mumble. Yeah? What? Don't just change your tone like that and then just suddenly say, nah, it's fine. Jesus Christ, you look like someone's about to die or something. After a brisk bow, she quickly runs off down the hallway. Did I trigger a death flag just now? Certainly feels like it, and the music just stops, so that's probably not a good sign. I don't think there's a single person in the world who wouldn't worry after that kind of ominous foreshadowing. Well, that might be an overstatement. There are some pretty carefree people out there. I'm just not one of them. Seems like it would be best to be on my guard, or more so than usual. The light flooding in through the windows has shifted from overhead to my side. It won't be that long until the sun sets. After departing from Sachi, I walk the empty hallway alone. My surroundings are very nearly soundless, thanks to my habitually quiet footsteps. However, inside the stillness, I sense a definite presence at my destination. She finally show up? I hear a faint sound from the interior of the previously silent classroom. With that confirmation, I slowly open the door. Hello there. The moment I enter the classroom, tension fills the air. Behind a window seat desk in the middle of the classroom, a chair rattles as its occupant turns to face me. She looks mad. Are you mad? My immediate impression of the girl. She doesn't appear particularly friendly. Yeah, she looks mad. Yo. Well, it might not be the most polite first greeting. I call out casually as I approach in order to demonstrate my lack of malicious intent. Sakaki Yumiko, right? Her expression doesn't change. Sitting on the chair, absolutely stock still, she stares fixedly at me. Or fixedly. How do you say that? Fixedly? Fixedly? I say fixedly. Fuck it. I'm Kazami Yuji, occupation student. I'm a new student here as of today. I come to a halt in front of her desk. So I'll be your classmate as well, it seems. Pulling out a chair from the desk, I sit in front of her. I sit down. At the moment, we're about a meter apart. Nonetheless, the woman stares at me so tensely that she seems to be forgetting to breathe. Rather than staring, her expression could probably be more accurately described as glaring. Yeah, she's looking at us pretty hard. It's like staring into our souls. Look at those eyes. I wasn't able to introduce myself in the morning. Heard you'd probably be around in the evening. I keep talking regardless when no response is forthcoming. Maybe she's got a psychological problem with men like Makina. But then again, she didn't try to run when I approached her. I changed my position in the seat and face her directly. What I like do that like backwards sit down shit. Like you sit down and face the back of the chair, you spread open wide so you can actually get your legs over it. Straddling the chair, I lean forward slightly. The motion has closed the 1 meter gap between us to about 70 centimeters. And it's still pretty close. You're getting like in your personal space here. I'd back off. You know, this shit has got me slapped in the past. It's probably gonna get you slapped. I'm just saying. She already looks pissed for whatever fucking reason. She's probably gonna slap the shit out of you. I'd like to at least confirm your identity. Oh, hey. As if to declare her refusal to acknowledge my existence, the woman stands from her seat and briskly moves to exit the classroom. I mean, you kind of just got up in her face and shit, you know. You probably should have like kept your distance like at the door and talked to her from there. You know, treat her like a wild animal. How about at least responding to me? I follow her immediately. Oh, we're chasing after her, alright. The woman opens the classroom's rear door just enough for one person to pass and tries to slip her way outside. Hey, calling out again, I try to follow her through the gap. Okay, well, she probably just slammed that shit in our face. In that moment, the woman forcefully slams the door shut. Sorry, I had to burp there. And I have to burp again. It turned into a hiccup. Great. You gotta love it. She clearly closed it knowing full well I was trying to follow. What? Her expression betrays surprise. Maybe she'd been expecting me to get my hand caught in the door or back off from having it slammed in my face. Instead, the door she attempted to slide closed is firmly held open by my hand, an outcome she apparently hadn't been prepared for, so I just like held that shit like, motherfucker, don't slam that shit. You could have broken my hand, you know that? Oh shit. Although she's the one who's trying to shatter my fingers, she's glaring at me like I'm the bad guy here. And she's probably gonna slap the shit out of you. It's like not only did we like, get up in her personal space, we're like chasing after her and persisting her and annoying the shit out of her. Oh, is she gonna be one of those type of girls? Oh man, let me tell you. A few of all the women I've met in my life, there's always been a few that have always been the most challenging, and those are usually the most fun to chase after. You know, they'll treat you like shit at first, and get up all up in their business. They get annoyed with you and shit, and you just like work your way through. It's like it's the best. It's the best to like just bother the shit out of them, and eventually they like cave in and they finally just be like, all right, what the fuck do you want? And then it turns into some other shit, you know. As a guy, I can't help but sort of just how do I say this? Find the idea of the challenge fun. Like I'm not a competitive type of person, right? But for some reason, when it comes to women, I like the challenge. You know, every once in a while, yeah, I like the shy types. It's fine. Every now and then, sometimes that one chick catches your eye. She's like the queen of the school out of everybody's league, and it's like yeah, I look like a piece of shit that was smeared across the floor. But you know what? I think I'm gonna go after her. You know, I like these odds, right? The odds are like 10 to negative 5, but I got this. I don't know. Is that just me? Like am I weird for that? You know, they have like they're very like cold types, and you just sort of like melt that cold exterior from them. You know, like you like the challenge of that, working your way through their heart. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'm weird. Anyways, what exactly did I do to deserve this from someone I've just met? I'm telling you, man, she's one of them one of the type of girls. I'm just looking for an introduction. Opening the half-shut door, I take a step forward. She doesn't back down. What? Yep. Fucking call that shit. No, she's gonna try to slap the shit out of us. Quite the greeting. It was funny. I had pretty much the same first meeting, whatever you want to call it, with a girl before. Not exactly the same, but pretty much the same. Where you kind of just like, you kind of like get up in their business. For me, it's because I had to. I don't remember when it was. I don't remember what I had to do. I had to do some shit. I think it's like I was looking for oh fuck. I was looking for like a teacher or some shit, right? I can't remember why. What or when it was. I was looking for a teacher because I wanted to get a paper back from him. So like, and I see this chick. I've seen this chick around. I think she's in one of my classes, right? It's like I walk up to her. You know, I'm like, I don't know this chick. And I'm pretty sure she doesn't know I exist. So I was like, all right, maybe I'll introduce myself. You know, so I'm going up like a weirdo, walking up to this girl, and I'm like, hey, you're I don't want to say her name, so I'm going to say Lucy or something. Like, you're Lucy, right? And she looks at me like, what the fuck is wrong with you? I'm like, I am. Like I said, I tell her my name. I'm like, I'm in your class. You know, fuck, I forget what class it was. I don't remember if it was sociology or ethics or one of those classes. And she looks at me like, I don't know who the fuck you are. Anyways, I was like, have you seen Mr. Ethics teacher around or whatever the teacher was? I'm not gonna say his name. And she looks at me like what? And then I notice that she has a paper in her hand. And I look at it and I'm like, that's the same paper that I want to get back from the teacher. So I take a step forward. I guess I got a little too close. So it's like I pointed at the paper, like, You see that paper there? I'm trying to find him to get mine's back. And when I stepped forward, like she stepped back, looked at me like what's wrong? When I said what's wrong, I kind of like lifted my hand up as a gesture, and like it like flew past her face a bit too close, and she just instinctively just like slapped it away. It just came and just like tried to fucking hit me in the face. It was so weird. It's not the only time that's happened, by the way. That wasn't even the first time. That's just one of the ones that kind of stuck out in my head because I was being kind of awkward without even realizing it. Because I was just like, I'm just trying to find this teacher to get my paper back, right? And same shit. She came and slapped my face, and I kind of just like grabbed her hand, just like what he's doing right now. I was like, what are you doing? And she looks at me like she got angry, right? So like her hand is like, I don't know, like maybe they're like like if she like flicked her wrist, she could touch my face. So what she did, she kind of like curled up her fingers, just went flicked her wrist and just like scratched the shit on my face. It was brutal. That wasn't the first time a girl tried to slap me, like, upon first meeting. Tell you, man, women are weird. Women are very, very weird. And I didn't realize we've been stuck on the screen for a while. It's quiet, it's awkward. I'm like alone in my room talking to myself. It's weird when you think about it, especially because it's quiet outside now because my dogs are making noise. It's like almost 2 o'clock in the morning. Anyways, I stopped the motion of her hand about 5 centimeters before it started. Oh, she could scratch the shit out of me. It isn't the most efficient block, but for the purpose of diffusing her reckless hostility, an easily comprehensible action seems necessary. I was expecting something of the sort, but you savored a classic slap to the face, I see, yeah? See, even he knows it. Some chicks, they just want to slap the shit out of you the moment they see you. Maintaining my grasp on the woman's wrist, I stare her down at short range. As for the woman, she's staring right back, her eyes open wide with shock, completely still. Well then, let me ask you again. The strong orange glow of the evening sun illuminates the classroom. Are you Sakaki Yumiko? Damn. Her expression hostile as ever, the woman slowly opens her mouth. With an air of slight resignation, but clearly unwavering in her refusal of any relation with me, she speaks. Ooh, damn. She is mad. Okay. Good to meet you. Watch it. I'm gonna melt your heart. I'm coming for you, baby girl. Just watch it. Just watch it. As the evening sun fell behind the cloud, its light dimmed and the classroom filled with shadow, with the sound of Yumiko's breath and the faint roar of the waves from behind the walls. The curtain was raised on my normal student life. But we got an intro. And we're like an hour and 5 minutes and change in. You know what? This would be a good place to stop. Yeah, that'll be a good place to stop. I don't want it to be too long because render times are a bitch. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna save right here. All right. Ah, shit, skull. What? And I don't know. I'm gonna save. Let me back. Yeah, I'm gonna save. I already saved. I'm gonna stop the recording here. Get some water. Make sure everything recorded properly. Make sure there's nothing wrong with the video. And I'll come back and probably go a little bit more. I don't know. I'll see you in the next one. I'll see what I do. I actually don't really know. Especially because I gotta make sure everything's alright outside too. But I'll be back whenever. I'll see you in the next one.